Oh, it's like a goose.
Oh, it's just a goose sperm.
It's a goose sperm.
Yeah, or a goose snake.
Oh, it's a goose noodle. It's a child saying.
Oh, is that a little kid?
Uh,
I think that.
it's.
Dude,
You can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear everything. I can hear everything you're hearing. It's so loud. That just happened. Did that just happen? Did that just happen? Did they know they're on a podcast right now?
No, I don't think.
Can we use their image and likeness? Are they? Is it unique? I want to know. Are these unique? Like, we should be able to post this on commercially. This is incredible. I'm going to live in here from now on and do everything I do inside of this.
Welcome to Imagining the Metaverse. I'm Nicki, and I'm here with Scott.
Howdy.
And yeah, this is our podcast where we kind of go into things in the metaverse, decentralization, just hot topics right now in the tech space overall, for the most part. Today, we're really focusing on virtual reality, so VR. So Scott right now is playing inside VRChat, is what the game is called, using a Quest 2, which used to be called the Oculus. I believe they have updated the name because that is what we do now.
You see this, Nicki?
We're now looking at these like a poster wall.
I'm at a.
It's like inside a bar.
Yeah, or some like bulletin board where there's like upcoming bands and stuff.
That's what it reminds me of. But then there's like missing posters.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Which you don't often see. Okay, and then there's a whole wall. Oh, what does it say?
Oh, that is.
I don't. Maybe can you go through the doorway?
Yeah. So I'm looking out this window, and you saw how I physically went forward because
that's how real it feels.
I'm wanting to put my hands up on this ledge and look over, and I'm freaking out a little bit because it's so good.
Well, let's try to find some people.
Okay.
But I don't know where they are.
I don't know. I think Slimer's supposed to come through this hallway and attack me.
That's what I'm waiting for. Or some like creepy little girl standing on the other side of the hallway.
I will freak out and drop all the gear, and that happened to me. My first Instagram post ever was in 2015 doing this scare thing in VR.
Oh.
And it was so creepy. You're in this bedroom.
No.
And there's the drawers start rattling, and you hear this voice, and there's like little kid ghost that like crawls across and then hides in the bathroom.
No, that's a no.
Yeah,
that's a no. Immediately no.
You lose it. We got to get closer to exactly what I'm doing in the real world and thinking is interpreted.
Yeah, it should be more convenient in the metaverse, not harder.
Exactly.
Where you're jumping like 5 feet at a time, and all of a sudden you're like against the wall, and then at one point I found I was just stuck and I couldn't move forward anymore. So I was just like, I guess I'm just standing here while people like run into me and like try to scare me, and I couldn't do anything.
I heard them go. Rawr.
Yeah, they were like being weird.
No, I had anxiety.
There was a goose noodle. He was just like noodling, and then the guy was like yelling at him and he had to be like a 7-year-old kid.
Yeah,
like that was a whole experience.
Oh my gosh, I'll never forget that. That will be the clip I come back to time and time again, like 100 years from now. Just that entire clip was my favorite moment in VR that I've had yet. Watching you, and we're trying to figure out why, and then realizing these people hear what we're saying.
Yes.
Like every little thing they were saying, they know.
Yeah.
They knew you're a noob, and like there's 3 people on your mic for some reason because you're on some studio thing. So I'm like trying to figure out what is the goose noodle thinking.
I know. Look at the goose noodle, and then this tiny robot had to be like 2 feet tall. Was trying to talk to me, being like, "Oh, they can tell you're new, so they're messing with you." And I was like, "Okay." And then he starts going on, but you guys, like, I heard you talking like outside, so it was hard to hear what he's saying. And he's like, and since you're a girl, like, people are gonna be weird.
Oh, really?
So I was like, oh, even better.
They knew right off the bat. You can't. You're already gendered within seconds on VR.
Yeah, I guess it was probably the avatar
from your voice.
The pretty pink
dress. I wonder if people don't like their voice being gendered, so they're going to get synthesizers.
That's the next step.
Yeah,
I bet you do voice changers.
Interesting.
Which then, with the whole thing with the documentary where people are falling in love, makes it even more of a catfish scenario.
Yeah.
We watched like this weird documentary on it this week.
What was it called again?
Oh, don't call me out on that.
It was something crazy.
Oh yeah, we met in virtual reality.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Did you watch it like and finish to end, or did you kind of skip through it a little bit?
I pretty much just kept it on. Yes.
Crazy. Did you feel something? Did it make you was it a love story for you?
not maybe less so of a love story, more of like an educational
Yeah.
experience. Being
Yeah.
like, okay, some of it I was starting to understand more.
Yeah.
Some of it I was maybe like more skeptical
Yeah.
of as it went on. What was your take?
It blew my mind. I didn't go through it, but I was watching the movements that they're now able to create, where it felt like like it almost felt staged. Like the arms are going around, they jump
Hmm.
into each other's arms. I
Yeah,
did
how
not
were they
know.
doing that?
I don't know. That's what the whole time I'm like, I want to go see the behind the scenes because
Yes.
they had some tech that mimicked their full body movements better than anything I've ever seen. They're
Yeah.
kneeling on things, they're sitting on things. I'm like, what is their actual physical environment like to get that type of footage? Because it was so real. I felt like I was watching a cartoon.
Do you play around with VR a lot, or are you
I
kind of
am
a
always
novice?
early in it, meaning I always try the
Yeah.
right when something comes out. Since like 2014, my friend set up a really nice Oculus Quest unit,
Hmm.
and so I've always been privy to like see it pretty early, but I've never had anything that I've stuck with. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's always being demoed to me the next new thing,
Yeah.
but
It's not like
I haven't found experience that actually makes me
where you
use.
keep going
Yeah,
back.
I always joke around that like I have all the things are all collecting dust.
Yeah.
No other electronics in my house collects as much dust as the VR helmets thing.
That's interesting. I was reading something about how kids who play video games like more often like than average have like way better um like I don't know, like I can't even think now. Reflexes, that's the word. Like super like fast
Oh
reflexes
yeah,
and really fast problem solving skills where like doing all these
interesting.
puzzles and stuff, they're
Well, that's what
really
they are.
fast.
Most of these games are just
And they're
a
like
puzzle,
super
aren't they?
at like their tactile like agility was like off the charts, and like surgeons are now being instructed to play video games because it keeps them sharp.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
which my son just got a huge kick out of. I think he's
Yeah.
the one who showed me because he's like, "See, mom, like I'm not
Dang, that's
wasting my
crazy.
time."
That's
Like, and I'm
crazy.
like, "That's fair. Like,
I
you do
know.
you.
I
Like,
know.
you
I
go
watched them.
go do it."
I actually like think that video. I'm gonna get murdered saying this from somebody out there, but our kids are out of school right now. School was like making them create. Like they did not enjoy the learning there compared to just going around with me to do business meetings or literally playing Minecraft. And I'm
Hmm.
like, you know what? I don't know if they're learning. I think they're learning really fast a lot of the future problem solving skills because they're becoming super native to metaverses and to
Yeah.
online communities, which is where we're all going. And then I take them out into the wild and we learn about crypto. So I feel like I'm trying to give my kids I think letting them do more digital things is actually preparing them for the future careers that they're going to be around. So
Yeah.
anyway, the metaverse I think and this VR stuff could be huge catalyst. We
To
have
like
not
fill
seen
that gap.
fill
Yeah.
that gap and give other educational options that besides just sitting at a school that takes
Yeah.
time and gas to get there in between periods, all that stuff. No, just wake up in the morning and learn about yoga and then go through and learn some about geography.
Yep.
I don't know.
I
It's
love so
interesting.
in that movie that we watched, or documentary, not really a movie. One thing that I got out of it, beyond just like, okay, VR's for like kids playing games. I was like the whole like the girl that like was teaching like belly dance and salsa class.
Mhm.
I was like, that is such a good idea.
Did she have
'Cause-
paid? Didn't she have paid?
Yeah, people are paying her to do this.
And they're doing
And
salsa dance
she
in
can-
VR.
in
And I couldn't
VR.
believe how good she was able to teach. Like
You could
everyone
see
was in
it
rhythm.
really
Yeah.
good. And I was like, oh, this girl who knows where she lives can
Yeah.
teach people across like the whole globe.
Yeah.
And maybe people who can't get to a dance studio or to like can't afford a dance studio, are too shy to go to a dance studio can now go
my
and like take
gosh.
dance class. That for me, like, we're parents. Like sometimes it's not easy to get away. And like, what if I need to have a workout? And
I
I'm
didn't
like,
even think about
you
that.
could take a dance class in
VR
your
is a
living room.
platform to be like, there's going to be all these informal economies happening via.
Yes.
That would be huge.
That's what I was thinking. How cool would that be?
It's already happening.
And
Yeah.
it is happening.
Wow.
That part I was like, that's awesome.
I want to see a pitch deck in front of me tells me like I want to see more. I haven't seen these yet, but pitch decks that talk about how they're going to monetize inside of these chat rooms.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be platforms now for like sponsorship and
Yeah.
those type of things. Some company's going to be all about the
Oh, it's coming.
somehow making the payment tools for in VR yoga classes. I would sign up for it if I could go in right now and do a totally cool guided yoga by some famous person.
Yeah.
I would go pay to go in that.
And they
VR
can
chat
like
right
see,
now.
so they actually could give you corrections instead of like, because you can always go on YouTube, find a workout do it.
But they could actually see you in the room, so they can actually align you
and be like, "Oh no, like you're not."
That is
turn
crazy.
your foot out, then you won't fall over.
That is crazy.
Right?
That is crazy.
But you could do it from home.
Yeah, that's crazy. Actually.
So stuff like that, like the reach that VR could give you, I was like, that's pretty cool.
I was bearish on VR until like right now.
That's what I took from it. I was like, okay, sometimes it's hard for me to get out of the house. Or I know I have a lot of friends who maybe, I mean, I'm an engineer that are really shy and they don't really like people. This could give them something that's like not too peopley, but still kind of social.
Coin the peopley. Yeah, that's really good.
That's why I'm like, it's too peopley out there. I can't go. I can't go out today.
Too peopley. I look for 5-star peopley events. Like, where are all the peopley?
I have like so much per week, and if I run out, like by the end of the week, I'm like, okay, no, it's like
that's my wife and I talk about that.
I'm gonna go hide in my basement.
It's a introvert extrovert kind of quotient. Like some people get energy, and some people lose energy from being around peopley things.
Well, this was awesome, Scott. I think next time we're going to be talking to James Jensen, who founded Jump, which is like virtual reality skydiving, which sounds like my worst nightmare, all wrapped into one. Like
into a VR experience.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect, because you can do it and not die.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, but still, heights make me nervous. But this was awesome. We really want to give a big thanks to Silicon Slopes TV. I think this podcast is going to be available on on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. Yeah. If people want to see the video and see everything that we were doing in the VR and all the madness.
I know I'm going to look like an idiot doing all those weird.
So that'll be awesome.
Okay, fun.
All right.
I'm watching that.
Perfect. We'll be back later.
Ciao.